that night as Damon Dowdell lines up in the gun on first down. He sends his man in motion. Dowdell with time. He's going to fire it deep down the field himself. The only man there is wearing black. That's a Bonecrushers player. That's number 8, Sesamir Yerby. However, the pass is beyond the hands of both Yerby and the intended receiver, Andre Bell, incomplete. Second down coming up for the Saginaw Sting. But you just had that feeling that if things would have bounced a little bit differently for the Bonecrushers in Saginaw, they could have hopped out in that one, maybe gotten a lead, maybe made a comeback. Also, that was before Brian Rakowski took over as the starting quarterback. That was the last game in which we saw Cody Craig as the starter for the Bonecrushers. So now we're seeing Rakowski. And Rakowski, of course, leading the Bonecrushers to victory in that game against Muskegon. As the time ticks off in the first quarter, we know Rakowski has the ability to throw it deep and take off with the football, and we're hoping that we'll see him do more of that in the second quarter. That will be the end of the first quarter. We'll take a break. Your score at the end of one, the Saginaw Sting 14, the Milwaukee Bonecrushers 6. You're listening to Bonecrushers football on MKE Bone. To our right, screen pass over to the left side, Andre Bell. He'll take it up to the 25, twists it around, still on his feet, and he's going to be close to first down yardage as he's finally brought down near the Bonecrushers' 20-yard line. Andre Bell. Working his way through the Bonecrusher defense, and of course, at times the Bonecrushers struggle just to get to receivers when they're open and available in the pattern. The spot of the football is indicated to be in first down yardage. So they will move the sticks and call it a Saginaw Sting first down at the Bonecrushers' 20-yard line. Dowdell out of the shotgun, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Dowdell will send Collins in motion, and it'll be a handoff to Collins out of the motion. He'll take it towards the right side. We will have flags on the play as Collins does not get much yardage. He takes it just across the line of scrimmage, maybe to the 19-yard line, but it's a hold against the Saginaw Sting. Move that football back, as it appears as though Aaron Meredith got called for getting his hands on one of the Bonecrushers defenders. The Bonecrushers will take the penalty and push the Saginaw Sting back. It is a 5-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, and it appears as though the foul occurred 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage, so the football will head back into Saginaw Sting territory, and it'll be 1st and 10 for Saginaw with the ball on the 22. Dowdell out of the gun, 2 receivers on the far side. Nick Bodie at the very top of the screen, going in motion on the bottom of the screen. Nate Collins, if you're watching us on cable channel 32. That pass is complete for Dowdell. Being brought down at the 21-yard line is the receiver by James Sykon. Andre Bell with that catch. The completion is good for 7 yards, but after the costly 8-yard penalty, it does not get the ball back to the original line of scrimmage. 2nd and 11 coming up for the Saginaw Sting, who are quick out of the huddle. Bodie on the near side along with Andre Bell. At the running back position, Nate Collins, he will go in motion to create an overloaded right side. Damon Dowdell, he has time. He fires it over to the right side. Pass is complete. Andre Bell, he takes it to the 5. Touchdown, Saginaw Sting. Andre Bell. Not only did he make the reception, he was able to break a tackle and take it into the house for 6. The Sting had the lead in this one, 20-6, 13:04. Now remaining in this second period of play. And we're seeing what we saw in the first half in Saginaw, as the Sting not exactly playing the crispest football that you can see. That penalty to push the Sting back, perhaps the best example of how Saginaw has not been perfect, but at the same time, we're going to have a fake on the extra point. The ball is fumbled. It looked like there was perhaps a miscommunication there, as Reuben Gay was hesitant to even approach the football. On a true fake, you would expect the kicker to try and stall it, but Gallagher, I think what he saw there was that Gay probably fumbled the snap. Then you had Marcus Johnson coming in quickly. And that one is not a good one for the Saginaw Sting. The extra point is no good, obviously, as the play just fell apart for Saginaw, and it will remain 20-6 Saginaw Sting. with 12:32 remaining in this first half of football. 12:32 remaining in this first half of football as Anthony Gallagher, after the botched extra point, will kick it away for the Sting. From our left to our right, it is a low line drive kick, and it will be taken by one of the upmen. That is number 7, Dre Norwood, and he takes it out to the midfield stripe. Actually call it number 1, Sam Dialli. Go deep Dialli, takes it into Saginaw Sting territory, and it'll be good starting field position for the Bonecrushers. 1st and 10 for Milwaukee. The referee spots the ball actually exactly at the 25-yard line, so the Bonecrushers are not yet quite in Sting territory, but they will certainly take the nice return after the short kick by Anthony Gallagher. And Brian Rakowski will retake the field after a first quarter he'd like to forget. The Bonecrushers open the football game with the ball, and on the first pass of the game, Rakowski was intercepted. First down for the Bonecrushers. One receiver on the left, one on the right. It'll be a little pitch to the left side. Brian Jennings call it the right side and call Jennings good for 4 yards or so, as he's able to take it up close to the 20-yard line of the Bonecrushers. They're going to give Jennings good forward progress, actually down to the 19, and call it 2nd and 4 for the Bonecrushers. 11:22 and counting in this second quarter on Hunger Task Force night at the Boneyard, the U.S. Cellular Arena. It was good to walk around before the game and see a lot of the Hunger Task Force boxes getting filled up by the Bonecrushers fans. An excellent night, and we're hoping that it'll become a tradition for the Milwaukee Bonecrushers, as on second down, Rakowski in the gun with time, firing it over the middle. It is incomplete, as Calvin Thomas was in the area of the pass, but Reuben Gay was also there. And the laser beam by the Razor, Brian Rakowski, couldn't be picked up by either man. Third down coming up and 4 to go for the Bonecrushers. But the Bonecrushers working together with the Bonecrushers Business Alliance, doing some good for the community this evening, and we're very happy to see that. The Hunger Task Force benefiting from the generosity of all the boneheads in the crowd tonight. Third down coming up. Rakowski dropping back. He's got time. He's going to fire it deep into the end zone. Sam Dialli is there. Touchdown, Bonecrushers! A 19-yard touchdown pass from Brian Rakowski to Sam Dialli, who was able to keep his body inside the walls of the Boneyard and come down with the football for 6. Bonecrusher offense showing a little bit more potency this week than they did against Rock River last week. And that makes it 2 touchdowns already in the contest for the Bonecrushers. It is now 20-12. The Saginaw Sting with the lead, 9:39 and counting left in the second quarter. And it looks like the Bonecrushers will try the 1-point variety of the extra point. Jake Provan is on to try this field goal variety of extra points. Looked like there was a little bit of confusion on the part of the Bonecrushers as to whether they wanted to go for 1 or go for 2. It looked like somebody jumped for the Saginaw Sting as Provan's kick went towards the uprights and went wide right, but we'll have to see if this one gets re-kicked, because it appeared as though the Sting hopped off sides on the extra point. There's now some discussion as to just who jumped first. Provan's kick was wide to the right and no good. Meanwhile, we do get the penalty call now, and it's offsides against the Saginaw Sting. So now it's a debate. Do you go for it with it only being 1 yard away? Or do you try and kick it yet again? Provan is remaining on the field. Now Coach Karthauser sends him off, and the Bonecrushers are going to go for 2 right here. The Sting, of course, missed the extra point. Anthony Gallagher hesitating on Saginaw's last touchdown. So if the Bonecrushers can get 2 here, it'll be a 6-point game. Currently 20-12, extra point pending. Rakowski with three receivers on the right. He's going to take it himself towards the end zone. He hops up in the air and takes it across the goal line. 2-point conversion is good for the Bonecrushers, and Rakowski kicks the ball all the way back over to the near side of the field as part of his touchdown celebration. Nonetheless, the Razor cutting through the line and making it 2 more for the Bonecrushers as the gutsy Brian Rakowski does what he does best, which is take off with the football. The football is ready. Provan kicks it away. It's a low line drive, and that is not a good kick at all. Not only does it go beyond the out-of-bounds wall, it goes into one of the tunnels for the fans on the near side. When you kick the ball out of bounds like that, it goes all the way out to the midfield stripe. First down for the Saginaw Sting from there. 20-14, the Saginaw Sting with the lead on the Milwaukee Bonecrushers, 9-11. Left in this second quarter of play after the kickoff goes out of bounds for Jake Provan. One more game remaining for the Milwaukee Bonecrushers next week against the Rock River Raptors on the road. But the Bonecrushers keeping it close in this one, as Rakowski has thrown 2 touchdown passes, one to Jim Lazinski, the other to Sandy Alley. A little bit of delay as the Saginaw Sting adjusts some equipment before they come up to the line. Dowdell is the quarterback for the Sting. He will take the snap out of the gun. He does a good job with the cadence to get the Bonecrushers to jump, perhaps exacting some revenge for the Bonecrushers causing the Sting to jump on the extra point. Offsides against Milwaukee. And by offsides against Milwaukee, I think we could probably say offsides against all 5 million residents of the Milwaukee area, as it appeared as though everybody jumped on that one. 1st and 5 for the Sting coming up from the Bonecrushers 20-yard line after the penalty against the Bonecrushers line. Damon Dowdell out of Michigan State. The officials telling the folks at the table to start the clock, which they do. Dowdell looking deep, firing it instead near side. The pass is dropped. Incomplete pass. Jim Roth over on the far side had the ball in his hands, but it just skittered right through and down harmlessly to the turf. 2nd down coming up. Roth did have a touchdown catch for the Sting when they took on the Bonecrushers in Saginaw. Nick Bodie doing the majority of the damage for the Saginaw Sting. He is on the near side. Lining up at the bottom of your screen if you're watching us on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel 32. Dowdell out of the gun. This time it's an inside handoff. One on the right side of the field. First down yardage and more for Corey Gonzalez, who takes it close to the 5-yard line before he's finally pushed up against the boards. Nonetheless, the Saginaw Sting doing their damage on the ground just like Rock River did last week. That'll be a 1st and goal coming up for Saginaw after the almost 15-yard run. We'll call it a 13-yard run for Corey Gonzalez. And we get a flag well after the play. Let's see what the flag is, and it's going to be a sideline violation against the Milwaukee Bonecrushers. Not quite sure why they made that call. Perhaps the Bonecrushers being a little bit too aggressive when it comes to knocking Gonzalez up against the wall after that run. 1st and goal coming up from the Saginaw Sting. Ball on the 7-yard line. Making the handoff is Dowdell. He looks to his left. He's got time. Now he's going to roll out to his right. Now he's going to into the middle of the end zone. Touchdown, Nick Bodie. Bodie was a little bit afraid that he had lost that football before the officials called the touchdown. He scrambled after it after he caught it in the end zone. But all you have to do is maintain possession for 2 steps, and you've got to score when you're in the end zone. 54 touchdowns on the season for Nick Bodie. And the Saginaw Sting retake that 12-point lead, 26-14, extra point pending. Gallagher, who last time did not get off a kick from the hold of Reuben Gay. He lines it up, snaps a little high, but Gay gets this one down. It's on the way, and it is good. 6:39 remaining here in this second quarter of play. The Saginaw Sting now up 27-14 on the Milwaukee Bonecrushers. We will take a timeout on Time Warner Cable Sports, Channel 32. 27-14. The Saginaw Sting with the lead on the Milwaukee Bonecrushers. It's a short kick for Anthony Gonzalez. This yet again will be taken by one of the upmen for the Bonecrushers. And brought down at the 23-yard line is Markel Thompson. After the short bounding kick by Anthony Gallagher. Gallagher has got a leg, but I'll tell you one thing, folks, and you won't realize this unless you were in the building in Saginaw. The Saginaw Sting play at the Dow Event Center, and compared to the U.S. Cellular Arena, the Dow Event Center has a very, very low ceiling. We saw 2 kickoffs in that game that made contact with the scoreboard and the speakers in the center of the building there, and unlike the U.S. Cellular Arena, there just wasn't any place that they could put that equipment. Whereas here at the Cell, you're all familiar with the 4-sided scoreboard that is put into play, of course, for the EWM Panthers and the Milwaukee Wave. They have it operational here, but they raise it as high as they can off the field so it is out of the way of the kickers. And it comes in handy because here you can kick at full strength and not worry about hitting the scoreboard. First down for the Bonecrushers. Rakowski dropping back, firing it over the middle. That pass is complete. Marcus Johnson up against the boards. They're going to say he was knocked out of bounds at the 14-yard line of the Sting, but it's good for a first down on the 13-yard catch and run by Marcus Johnson from Brian Rakowski. But yeah, the facility in Saginaw, in basketball they would say it was like playing in a gym with a 12-foot ceiling. You had to kick the ball low and on a line if you were going to have any chance of making a deep kick in that facility. Whereas here in Milwaukee, you can kick it pretty much as high as you want. First down for Rakowski. Blitz coming. He's able to dodge it. Taking off to the right side. Firing it over to the right side. Almost picked off. Are they going to say that was caught? And indeed they will. Ruben Gay, after the pass was tipped, is able to hold on to it. Now the ball was knocked up against the boards. And the question is, can the boards assist you with the catch? Incomplete. And now they're going to say it was incomplete. And really the Bonecrushers lucking out right there. Rakowski able to dodge the blitz. But almost throwing his second interception of the game was Rakowski. The ball was caught by Ruben Gay, but he didn't catch it until after it bounced off the boards. To give you an idea, if a receiver goes up against the boards on his own will, he is still inbound. If he is forced up against the boards by a defender, he is out of bounds. You have to catch the ball before it makes contact with the board. On the bottom of the screen, Dorian Palmer goes in motion. That pass is intercepted. Taken away. Kyle McKenzie. There's going to be no one between him and the end zone. Brian Rakowski almost got him. Touchdown, Saginaw Sting. The ball went through the hands of Dorian Palmer and was taken by McKenzie, and he goes in for the score. Well, a lot of the Bonecrusher fans not happy after that one. Rakowski dodged a bullet when the pass on the previous play was called incomplete, but on that one it's taken by McKenzie. And McKenzie not only got it, he got it with a head of steam, and he takes it in for 6. 3:45 and counting as the Saginaw Sting have a 33-14 lead on the Bonecrushers now. Anthony Gallagher in for the extra point. Snap is a little bit low, but taken by Gay. The hold is down. The kick is on the way, and it is no good. Wide to the left. It is now 33-14 Saginaw. They have scored the last 2 touchdowns in this contest. Gallagher's kick, an end-over-end line drive into the end zone. It's taken deep in the end zone by Marcus Johnson, who's able to slip a tackle and take it out to the 16-yard line of the Bonecrushers before he is brought down. Ernie Smith in on the tackle for Saginaw. Johnson with a good return of about 23 yards. Bonecrusher football, 1st and 10 on their own 16. But we have seen key turnovers by both the Bonecrushers and their opponents in pretty much every game that we have done with this franchise this season. And they are momentum changers. With the short field, too, all you need is that little bit of head of steam like what you saw from McKenzie there, and it is not hard to get 6 out of a ball that falls into the wrong team's hands. Rakowski retakes the field. He's got Palmer in motion on the top side. Flag is down. Rakowski's going to fire this one over the middle, and that one is picked off yet again. Corey Gonzalez with the interception. He's got it at the 20, taking it up to the 18. He is twisted around and brought down by Rakowski, but let's see what the flags are. We also have an injured Bonecrushers player on the field. That is Calvin Thomas. Thomas holding his hand as he walks off the playing surface, but let's see what the flags are. Both the Bonecrushers offense and the Sting defense are leaving the field, which would seem to indicate that it might be against the Saginaw Sting. However, we also see Matt Ron on the field, and Ron is going to say that that was a holding, or excuse me, an offsides call against the Saginaw Sting. So with the penalty, the Bonecrushers offense has got to hop right back over the boards and back onto the field. As the Sting hopped a little bit early, and the Bonecrushers will get the football back. Well, Rakowski has got to be happy with the fact that the Bonecrushers will get this football back, not only get it back, but get it back with 5 extra yards behind them. He's also got to be a little bit concerned about the fact that he has been putting more balls into the laps of the guys in white than he has into the hands of his own guys here in the second quarter. Time is starting to tick away on the Bonecrushers, too. 1st and 5 coming up, 33-14. The Saginaw Sting with the lead on the Bonecrushers, 1:46. Now left in this second period. Rakowski with a man in motion on the bottom of the screen. That's the alley. He gives the handoff to Jennings Jr., who takes it up to the 25-yard line before he's brought down. Jennings Jr. will be close to a first down. They may have to take a measurement after that one. The 1-minute warning is coming up shortly. They will not give Jennings Jr. first down yardage, but they will mark the ball in Saginaw Sting territory. Just beyond the 25-yard line, 1:15 now and counting in this first half. Rakowski will probably get one play off before the 1-minute warning. He's got Jennings Jr. to his right. Jennings will take the pitch. He will get first down yardage, and he will take the ball beyond the 20-yard line of the Sting. He's brought down at the 17 of Saginaw, as he's able to get about 8 yards of rushing yardage right there. Jennings Jr. with the carry and with the first down. That does take us to the 1-minute warning, and we will take a break on Time Warner Cable Sports, Channel 32. To the action is Rakowski with Brian Jennings Jr. to his left. Sandy Alley in motion. Rakowski dropping back. He's got time. He runs out of time. Ball is fumbled. It will be picked up by the Bonecrushers. Eric Kyle with the alert play to hop on the football. After the fumble, the Bonecrushers will call a timeout to preserve some time. But Rakowski was not aware that the pocket had broken down behind him and the ball got knocked out from behind by the Sting. The ball hops forward, and even though there was no holy roller situation, since the fumble was not intentional and the ball was just knocked forward by the Sting, you can actually call that a positive play for the Bonecrushers. They get 2 yards out of the fumble, and the recovery is spotted at the 15-yard line. We see the replay on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel 32 as Rakowski got a little bit too comfortable in the pocket. The sixth sense for the defensive line of the Saginaw Sting did not register for Rakowski right there. Was hit from behind by Ezi Ejawanu, and the ball popped free. 2nd and 8 coming up for the Bonecrushers. 2 receivers on the right side. Rakowski takes the shotgun snap. He's looking over the middle. He fires. It goes through the hands of Sandy Alley. Incomplete. The Bonecrushers crowd groans as the Alley had no one around him and had his hands on the football. Both hands made contact with the leather right there. But the ball just goes through the Alley's hands and bounces harmlessly into the Boneyard end zone. Incomplete. Drop passes at times this year have been an issue for the Bonecrushers, and there, the Alley might have been thinking about 6 before he was thinking about getting his hands on the football. Just 16 seconds left now. Saginaw Sting up 33-14 on the Milwaukee Bonecrushers. The Crushers trying to get 1 touchdown before the end of this half. Brian Silvis coming over to the official to discuss some of the activities on the previous play on the near side of the field. Both Silvis and Ezi Ejawanu trying to make their case to the man in stripes, who isn't hearing either side. This officiating